Mike Sports Vibes, thank you for vibing with me.
Yeah.
Mike Sports Vibes, thank you for vibing with me. I'ma talk that talk about the Sixers and the Vikings. I'ma talk that talk about the Sixers and the Vikings. Let's go. I really do this. I'm a hybrid fan. I'm a stand-up man.
Yeah.
They be hating on the squads, but they really a fan. I'ma talk that talk about the Sixers and the Vikings. I'ma talk that talk about the Sixers and the Vikings. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. The Eagles have won Super Bowl 59. Congratulations to the Philadelphia Eagles for beating the brakes off of the Chiefs. And I'm going to say this right now. This wasn't a game. The final score is 40-22. But when I say they embarrassed the Chiefs, when I say that they dominated the Chiefs, it was a dominating performance by the Philadelphia Eagles.
Talk that talk.
And you know I'm about to talk that talk. But first things first, Mike Sports Vibes balling. Don't forget to put the ball in after the vibes. I cover the 76ers on this channel. I cover the Phillies on this channel. It's Philly everything besides football on this channel. But I am a die-hard Minnesota Viking fan. And the reason why I'm a Minnesota Viking fan from PA is because of the greatest wide receiver of all time, Randy Moss, and that's the reason why. I'm just going to keep it real. But I have no hate towards the Eagles. They deserve this Super Bowl, and I'm about to talk about it. But if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe and hit that like button. I do play-by-play for the Sixers. I do play-by-play, pitch-by-pitch for the Philadelphia Phillies. So it's definitely going down over here. Thank you for all your support. But let's get right into it, right? Let's really talk about it because I honestly feel like this wasn't a game. You know what I mean? This was one of those games that you're like, it's over by halftime. The Chiefs didn't score their first touchdown until literally, and I'm not even making this up. They didn't score their first touchdown, or let's just say their first points, right? Because they didn't even get the extra point. They scored a touchdown, but they didn't get the extra point because they went for 2-point conversion, right? And they didn't get it. They didn't score their first points until the end of the third quarter. It was like 1 minute left. So the Eagles defense, I'm going to give a big shout out to the Philadelphia Eagles defense. They sacked Patrick Mahomes 6 times in Super Bowl 59. They also got 2 interceptions on Patrick Mahomes in Super Bowl 59. And I want to say to all the Philadelphia Eagle fans all around the world, congratulations. Your defense. Yes, the MVP will be Jalen Hurts. And it's no hate on Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts, I've been supporting him in college when he was with Alabama. Then he transferred to Oklahoma. I've been rocking with Jalen Hurts for a minute. I respect him, and he made a lot of great throws throughout this game. He was amazing. He scrambled for first downs. He did a lot of good things. But the short field positions multiple times, the 3 and outs multiple times on the Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes was scared of his own shadow at one point, in my opinion, because the defensive line for the Eagles was on one. And in my opinion, this is the best, and this is just my opinion, y'all. This is the best defense I have ever seen in a Super Bowl since I've been following football. I know there was other great teams that had great defenses like the Ravens with Ray Lewis and the Legion of Boom, I think, from the Seahawks. But it's nothing like this. For them to shut down an all-time great quarterback that's trying to three-peat as a Super Bowl champion, my goodness. Now, I don't know all the players on the Eagles, but I'm going to say this. The rookie Cooper DeJean, I was drafting him in the first round in my mock drafts for my team for the Minnesota Vikings. I'm going to keep it real with you. And I think y'all drafted him in the second round. He had the interception for a touchdown. Absolutely amazing, right? But it doesn't stop there. Their defensive line was absolutely on one. Josh Sweat, their defensive end, or outside linebacker, whatever you want to call him, had 2.5 sacks, 2 tackles for loss, 3 quarterback hits. He was on one. Zach pass defended, quarterback hits. He was on one. Did he lead the team in tackles? Yes, I think he led the team in tackles as well. Who else was doing a thing? There was another couple of players that I wanted to give a shout out. I'm trying to look at the numbers because I know number 93 was on one. How many sacks did he have? He had 2 sacks, 2 tackles for loss, 1 quarterback hit. He was amazing. Number 93, Milton Williams, was absolutely on one. Their cornerback Mitchell, their rookie cornerback Mitchell, he was great in the secondary. Who else was great that really stood out to me? Their whole defense stood out to me. Darius Slay Jr., Gainwell, who had another good play? Hunt had a half sack. Who else? There's a couple other players I can't think off the top of my head. But in general, when you talk about this team and what they accomplished against one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, they had 11 quarterback hits. And just because they didn't get the sack, getting quarterback hits mean a lot. Look what Patrick Mahomes did. Nothing. That's my point. Nothing. He was absolutely terrible in this game. You know what I mean? 21 for 32, 257 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Like, come on, bro. I'm telling you. And that was a lot of garbage time numbers, touchdown passes and everything. Xavier Worthy, 157 receiving yards, 2 touchdowns. A lot of that was garbage time numbers, bro. None of it mattered. This score, 40-22, like I said before, was not this close. This was an embarrassing loss for the Chiefs. And I'm going to tell you right now, the Eagles got to get back on Andy Reid. If Andy Reid would have beat the Eagles again in Super Bowl, my goodness, that would really suck for the Eagles. That would really suck for the Eagle fans to see their coach that they let go get 2 Super Bowls in their face. But it didn't happen. And the Eagles are so coached well. They're from the GM to the head coach, defensive coordinator, offensive coordinator. See, I don't know all their names. So Ronnie, I think, is their head coach. He's a great head coach. I think he's the only coach in Philadelphia's. Now, I was about to say Philadelphia 76ers. I wish the Philadelphia 76ers could get to the dang on finals. The last time we went was in 2001. Don't laugh at me when I say that. Don't laugh at me when I say that. But I'm being real. I was about to say the Sixers. But he's the only head coach, if I'm not mistaken, to have been in 2 Super Bowls for the Philadelphia Eagles, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. But he's a great coach. Absolute great coach. Now, let me get to the offense real quick for the Eagles. Saquon Barkley did just enough. I know when you look at the yards, it ain't nothing special. 2.3 per average, 57 yards. Is to keep the defense of the Chiefs honest. You had to keep that in there because when you do that, guess what? The play action opens. A lot of other things open up in your offense if you can keep on running the ball. And even if you wasn't running the ball successfully, you still kept on running the ball. They did not give up on running the ball because if they gave up running the ball, guess what? This will be a closer game. But Saquon Barkley rushed the ball 25 times, bro. And he only had 57 yards. But just the threat of him just getting loose in that secondary and getting a touchdown, the Chiefs was like, yo, we're going to have to shut this down, and we're going to put all the pressure on Jalen Hurts to win the game. And Jalen Hurts is an elite quarterback in the NFL, and I don't want nobody saying otherwise. He is the best quarterback in the NFC right now, and I'm going to talk that talk. And this is from the perspective of a Viking fan. Yes, I'm a Sixer fan. Yes, I'm a Phillies fan. Yes, I'm everything Philly besides football. But I'm putting respect on Jalen Hurts' name, and I'm about to talk that talk.
Talk that talk.
Like, this man's elite. 11 carries for 72 yards, 6.5 per average, 1 touchdown. The longest run of the game was 17 yards. Now, let's get to his passing. This man was throwing, man, this man was doing his thing, man. He was, look, whatever the defense the Chiefs gave him, whatever they was giving him, he was taking advantage of it. He said, oh, you're going to shut down Saquon Barkley? I got you wide open to everybody that he can throw it to. But let me tell you this, 17 of 22 was amazing. I love it. 221 yards, 10.0 per average, 2 touchdowns, only 1 interception, only sacked 2 times. So not on like the trenches on both sides did a great job. The offensive line for the Eagles did a good job stopping the Chiefs defensive line to get to him, and then the defensive line for the Eagles did a good job getting to Patrick Mahomes. Can I talk that talk, y'all?
Talk that talk.
Y'all know I'm on one right now. You know what I mean? I'm on one. I'm hyped. I'm hyped for a team that's not even my team, but I'm happy for a lot of the Eagle fans out there. I really am. Now, when you talk about Devontae Smith, nobody had like an explosive offensive game, but they did enough. And the Eagles defense put them in such great field position that they didn't have to do too much. They did enough. Devontae Smith, 4 catches for 69 yards, 17.3 per catch, 1 touchdown. A.J. Brown, I know him and his coach was arguing about one play. It was a big throw. It was a bad throw by Jalen Hurts on one of those plays, and he was arguing. But then the next play, the next offensive possession, I don't know if y'all remember that, A.J. Brown got a touchdown pass, and then they was both laughing. And I love it, man. I love their relationship. You know what I mean? A.J. Brown's a very good wide receiver, one of the top wide receivers in the game. 3 catches for 43 yards, 14.3 per carry, 1 touchdown. But that, man, and the longest catch for Devontae Smith was 46 yards, and the longest catch for A.J. Brown was 22 yards. I think the 22-yard catch was the touchdown. Dotson was amazing as well. 27 yards was his longest catch. But, he was 2 catches for 42 yards. 21.0 per catch. Yeah, man. And then even Saquon Barkley. So even though he got shut down when it comes to rushing, he still had 6 catches for 40 yards, 6.7 per catch. 22 yards was his longest catch. So he still had a great game, almost 100 yards, all-purpose yards. So Saquon Barkley was still doing his thing. Dallas had a couple of good catches as well. So Dallas did his thing. His longest catch was 20 yards, and that was earlier in the game. But all in all, the Eagles deserved to win this game. They did absolutely everything they needed to do, and then some. Congratulations again to all the Eagle fans. The conversation for tomorrow on ESPN and First Take and Stephen A. Smith and Shannon Sharp and all of them, I'm going to tell you what they're going to talk about. They're going to say the debate for the Patrick Mahomes to be the GOAT at quarterback. I don't think there's a debate anymore. It's Tom Brady all day, in my personal opinion. They're going to also say that this defense for the Eagles dominated. It could be one of the best defenses in the Super Bowl history. I think they are. You know what I mean? Ever. You know what I mean? But they're going to talk about that. They're going to talk about how great Jalen Hurts was, making pass after pass, and just picking the Chiefs defense apart. You know what I mean? And they're going to this is the thing they're going to talk about, but I'm going to tell you this right now. This was embarrassing for the Chiefs. They did not show up. They looked like they wasn't even coached up for the Super Bowl, bro. How do you put your backups in? I'm talking about the Eagles. They put their backups in, bro. Like, that's crazy. They put their backups in because they beat the brakes off of the Chiefs, bro. My dang on headphones fell off and everything, but that's all I got to say, man. Shout out to everybody that's in the building. I hope you, all you Eagle fans, enjoy this Super Bowl. Y'all deserve it. And if you are a Sixer fan or a Phillies fan, consider subscribing to your boy, Mike Sports Vibes, Ballin'. Don't forget to put the ball in after the vibes. And have a wonderful night and be safe out there. Celebrate, have fun, but be safe out there. I am out. Peace.
Mike Sports Vibes, thank you for vibing with me. Yeah. Mike Sports Vibes, thank you for vibing with me. I'ma talk that talk about the Sixers and the Vikings. I'ma talk that talk about the Sixers and the Vikings. Let's go. I really do this. I'm a hybrid fan. I'm a stand-up man. Yeah. They be hating on the squads, but they really a fan. I'ma talk that talk about the Sixers and the Vikings. I'ma talk that talk about the Sixers and the Vikings. Let's go.